suppose you have a story of Kevin Durant when you were working with him, trying to encourage him to hit the gym or do strength and conditioning more so. Do you want to talk a little bit about that experience and him giving you permission and how you had to work him to get him to that point?
Most certainly, yeah. I mean, Kevin I met him when he was 15 years old, and I know he's sitting out right now with an Achilles injury, but for the most part, most people think Kevin is one of the top 3 basketball players in the world, just in case some of your listeners don't follow basketball. I mean, so you're talking about someone that is, in the upper 0.1% of what he does and a true master at his craft. And when I met him when he was really young, he had 3 of the 4 major pillars already in place to become a great player. He had a great work ethic and a strong passion for the game. He loved to play. He had a very high basketball IQ. He understood the game. He had great footwork and mechanics. Like, he was fundamentally sound. But the only thing he was really lacking was lack of strength. Kevin was very slender back then. He was really tall, had very long limbs, and he wasn't near as strong as he needed to be. So I started to convince him and his wonderful mom, Wanda, that getting stronger was going to be a requirement, that was going to be, something that could prevent him from playing at a high level. And eventually Kevin came in for a workout, and I laid the hammer on him pretty good. I mean, I took him through a really, really tough workout. And at the end of it, I asked him if he liked the workout. And it's funny now. I didn't think it was so funny at the time, but he said, no, I didn't. But I know this is the kind of stuff that I need to do if I want to be a great player. So when can we meet again? And I just remember being blown away that this young man had the maturity to acknowledge that he was going to have to make a change to what he was doing. And that change was going to require discomfort. It was going to require a sacrifice. He could have easily said, look, man, I'm one of the best high school players in the country. I'm doing fine. I don't need to come in and do these kind of workouts because, to be honest, they're pretty hard and I don't like them. But he thought bigger than that. And he thought on such a scale that he was willing to make that change and was willing to do whatever he needed to do to be successful. And he approached that discomfort head on and he leaned into it. And that's a huge part of this success equation, is figuring out what sacrifices do you need to make to get where you want to go. And then are you willing to deal with the subsequent discomfort that comes with making those types of changes? And with that said, I mean, I never would have guessed back then that Kevin would be one of the best players to ever play the game. But now that he is, I'm not even remotely surprised. I mean, it was obvious to me that he had the mental makeup and fortitude to want to approach that. And this is where I think it's so important that people realize passion is really the foundation, and passion is a really important puzzle piece, but you can't survive just on passion alone. You have to actually have the passion to do the dirty work and to do the stuff that you don't want to do, and the passion to work during the unseen hours because you're passionate about your craft, you're passionate about your result, doesn't necessarily mean you're passionate about every single step that needs to be taken in order to be successful.
I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to comment. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be advised of new interviews when they're uploaded. I hope you join us again sometime. Catch you later.